Okay, let's cover the review for Unit 4 exam. It says attempt all of these before looking at the answers on page 2 and before watching this video. This is not a lecture. This is not a lecture video. I'm going to go through it fast. I'm just here to support you to make sure that you're getting the right answers and seeing what pieces you're possibly missing. Make sure as you're going through this that you've got your note card ready. Remember, you can use both sides of one 3x5 note card for the exam. So take advantage of that resource that you can have. I don't care if you put examples on there or what. You shouldn't need to put the quadratic formula because I'm giving you that on the exam. Okay, so the first 4 I'm giving you here, it says solve for x by factoring. So I've got the first one, x squared plus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. We need to factor this side first since it's set equal to 0, and then we'll take the factors of the binomials and set them each equal to 0 and solve. Let's start by factoring. And then it's going to be x and x. It looks like 4 can either be 4 and 1 or 2 and 2. Well, 4 and 1 is going to give me 5. So that makes sense to me. Make sure you check this. I had several of you I was giving the exam on the last one saying, well, it made sense to you, but you didn't go check it. So you got those wrong. It needs to make sense in the fact that you check your answers. So with this one, I would just check my OI. My outer 2 are x times 1 is x. My inner is 4x, and 1x is 5x. So now I just take each of these and set them each binomial equal to 0 and solve for x. Subtracting 4 from both sides for this one, x is -4. Subtracting 1 from both sides, x is -1. There's both my answers. All right, number 2. And that is x minus 4 equals 21. I can't tell you how many students will say, oh my God, it's already factored. I can just set x equal to 21 and x minus 4 equal to 21. No, please don't do that. That is wrong. It has to be equal to 0. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and distribute my x to my binomial. So that's x squared. X times -4 is -4x, still equaling 21. I'm now going to bring my 21 over to the other side. So I have 0 on one side of the equal sign. X squared minus 4x minus 21 is equal to 0. I'm going to factor x and x. 21 is made of 21 and 1 or 7 and 3. 7 and 3 will give me 4. So 7 and 3. I need my larger term to be negative. It's not just the middle term that's negative. We have another negative, so the other one has to be positive. Check your OI. The outer is positive 3x. The inner is -7x. And that gives me -4x, which is what I want. We now take both of these binomials and set them equal to 0. And solve. Add 7 to both sides. X is equal to 7. There's 1. Subtract 3 from both sides. X is -3. There's both my answers. Number 3. 2x squared plus 32 is equal to 16x. Before you do anything, move that 16x over and put it in order. It just makes life easier if we do that. So I need the x squared first, then the x, then the constant, and make sure it's set equal to 0. I see that all 3 of these have a 2 involved. I could just go ahead and factor, but I don't want to. I want to simplify my life. So I'm going to factor out a 2. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 16 8 times, and 2 goes into 32 16 times. Use your calculators. Factoring. Okay, 16 and 1, or 4 and 4, or 8 and 2. Which one is going to give me 16 and 1, 4 and 4, 8 and 2? Which one's going to give me an 8, 4 and 4? The negative is only in the middle, so they're both negative. I'm going to go ahead and set each of these equal to 0. So 2 equal to 0 doesn't work. X minus 4 equal to 0. This is just a binomial squared. So I just need to solve for one of them. It's just going to be a double solution. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So x is equal to 4. Number 4. X squared minus 9 is equal to 0. This is just the difference of two squares. So x minus 3 and x plus 3. Set them each equal to 0. Add 3 to both sides. X is equal to 3. Subtract 3 from both sides. X is negative 3. The next one's using the quadratic. And I do give you this on the exam, so you do not need to waste note card space on this. So just make sure that you understand that I'm giving it to you. Number 5. Got x squared is equal to 2x plus 4. I need to have all my terms on one side set equal to 0 before I can do the quadratic. If you choose to use anything other than the quadratic to do these 3 on the exam, or whatever versions I give you on the exam, you won't get credit. Now the previous ones, you could have used the quadratic. If those of you going to 1590 college algebra, make sure you can factor. Subtracting 2x and subtracting 4 from both sides. X squared minus 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. I want to keep my x squared positive, remember. So I can't factor this other than the quadratic, which is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that over 2a. My a is 1, my b is negative 2, my c is negative 4. Now I'm just going to do some plug and chug. So negative b, which is a negative negative 2, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that is over 2 times a. Just going to simplify this. Positive 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 2 squared. Remember to use the parentheses on your calculator. If you just put in negative 2 squared, you're going to get a negative 4, and that's wrong. It is 4. Negative times negatives are positive, 16. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, let's simplify under that radical. All right, here's where you have some options. You can leave it as it is, put a box around that bad boy, and you're done. Or, which I suggest you do, don't lose points when you can just get this right. If you want to go further, however, you can go x is equal to 2 over 2 plus or minus the square root of 20 over 2. This becomes x is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 20 over 2. If you want to go further, this is for the college algebra students that are moving forward. This breaks down to the square root of 4, the square root of 5, because it's 4 times 5. So this would be x is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 4 is 2, square root of 5 over 2. So the final answer would be 1 plus or minus the square root of 5. This is what I'm looking for, bare minimum. Anything extra over here can hurt you, so be careful, okay? What I might do is just say, if you can get this, you get it correct, and over here, if you can go further, I'll give you some bonus points. I'm good with that too. So let's just do that. If you get up to here, you'll get it correct. If you go further, the further you go that's correct, I'll give you bonus points. I think that's fair. I don't want to count anything against you whenever you've gotten that correct. Sorry, I'm thinking through this as I go. And I haven't done these before, so let's see if I can work through this. No decimal answers. Okay. Number 6. 2x squared equals 3 minus 4x. That's where you can see it. Again, we've got the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that over 2a. I need all my terms on the same side, and I need them equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 3 and add 4x to both sides. Add 4x and subtract 3. A is 2, b is 4, c is negative 3. Now it's plug and chug. X equals, don't forget the x equals. It's not just this. It's x equals. We're solving. When you solve, you have to have x equals something. Okay, so negative b, negative 4, plus or minus the square root of b squared, minus 4, a is 2, c is negative 3. All of that is over 2 times a. All right, 4 squared is 16. Negative times a negative is a positive, so that's plus. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. 2 times 2 is 4. Still dealing with the radical. That's 10, 2, 3. That's 40. All of that over 4. Okay. This is full credit right there. If you go further, we'll look at bonus points. So to go further, there's one set of bonus points, because that could be an answer. To go further, take that square root of 40. It can become square root of 4, square root of 10. So x equals -1 plus or minus 2 square root of 10 over 4, which reduces to x equals -1 plus or minus the square root of 10 over 2. That's the final answer. Correct answer? Well, nope. Correct answer, bonus. 47. One, two. So I have access to this. All right, number 7. 9x squared equals 2 minus 3x. All right, I'm going to use the quadratic here, but first I need to get everything on the same side with it equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 2 and add 3x to both sides. Put them in order so I can see my A is 9, my B is 3, my C is -2. Now it's just plug and chug. X equals -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that over 2 times a. Simplify. 9 squared is 81. Negative and a negative is a positive. 4 times 9 is 36. 36 times 2 is 72. 2 times 9 is 18. See 153. 6 and 8, 9. So this is divisible by 3. Is it divisible by 9? Yes, it is. Okay, so this is an answer. This is the correct answer I'm looking for. Anything more is bonus points. I'm going to start by square root of 153 would be square root of 9, square root of 17, which would be 3 square root of 17 over 18, and then just reduce. 3 divided into 18 is 6 times, so -1 6. 3, and then again, square root of 17 over 6. So this would be a bonus point answer. All right, next is the word problems. Okay, number 8. The product of 2 consecutive odd integers is 63. So we've got the product of 2 consecutive odd integers is 63. We have to find the 2 integers. All right, product means multiply. 2 consecutive odd means we've got x and x plus 2. So that's our first one and our second one. We're going to multiply the 2 to give us 63. X times x plus 2 is equal to 63. Solve for the answers on this. X times x is x squared. We have to distribute. Plus 2x is equal to 63. Get that side equal to 0. Subtract 63 from both sides. X squared plus 2x minus 63 is equal to 0. Factor. 63. Besides 63 and 1, which is not going to give us 2. Oh, 63 divided by 3 is 21 and 3. That doesn't give us not us 2. But I want to write that down. 21 times 3. So we know 9. Oh, no, maybe not. Yep, 9. 9 times 7 is 63. Oh, that works. That gives us 2. So that's our winner. 9 and 7. We need our middle term to be positive, so our larger term needs to be positive, which means the smaller one is negative. Check your OI. So negative 7x plus 9x is positive 2x. So that wins. Set each of these equal to 0. Subtract 9 from both sides. Add 7 to both sides. All right, so this is our first terms. And then we just need to find our second terms. Our second are x plus 2. So where the x is, I'm going to plug in negative 9. And that becomes negative 2. For this one, I'm going to plug in 7. And that becomes 9. Cool. All right. I'm getting there. I'm out of paper, so I'm just reading the folder. All right. Number 9. Length of a rectangle. Okay, I'm with a rectangle. All right, the length of a rectangle is 3 inches longer than twice the width. Okay, so we'll call this the length and this the width. And so the length is 3 inches longer than twice the width, 2W. If the area is 44 square inches, what are the dimensions of the rectangle? So what's the length and width? Well, I need area is equal to length times the width. Area is 44. The length, they're telling us, is 2W plus 3 times W. We have to distribute 2W squared plus 3W. And then get this that equal to 0. Subtract 44 from both sides. Factor. Okay. 44. 22 and 2. No. 11 and 4. I think that's going to do it. 11 and 4. It's going to give us 11 and 8. Yeah, that's 3. All right. I need the larger term to be negative, or to be positive. Check your OI. 11W, negative 8W is 13W, as 3W. So that worked. Set each of these equal to 0. Solve for W. Divide both sides by 2. Add 4 to both sides. Okay, measurement can't be negative. So our width is 4, our length is 2W plus 3. We just need to substitute 4 for W. 8 plus 3 is 11. Oh, not done. So it's square inches, so these need to be inches. Don't forget your units. You can lose points on that. I don't want you to do that. All right, that's 9. So 10 is a diver jumps off a diving board that is 32 feet above the water. Okay. Don't need to draw it. The diver's height is given by the formula. I do need that. Negative 16t squared plus 16t plus 32, where height is, h is the height in feet, done by feet, after t seconds, the time. How long does it take for the diver to hit the water? Okay, so if it's 32 feet above the water, that means water level is going to be 0. So my height would have to be 0. Means I'm looking for the time, solving for t. Remember, you want it to be positive. First thing I need to do is factor. I see these are all multiples of 16, and I would like my t to be positive. So I'm going to factor out a negative 16. Oh, it becomes negative t minus 16 times 2 is 32. 2 and 1 are the only factors. I need my middle term to be negative. Let's check my OI. Negative 2t plus t, negative t. Right. This doesn't equal to 0, so I don't need to worry about that. T minus 2 equal to 0, and t plus 1 equal to 0. Solve for t. Add 2 to both sides. T is equal to 2. Subtract 1 from both sides. T is equal to negative 1. Time can't be negative. So write a sentence here. How long does it take the diver to hit the water? It takes 2 seconds for the diver to hit the water. All right, next one, number 11. Sum of two numbers is 12. The sum of two numbers is 12. So when first number is x, second is y. Adding them is the sum, is 12. And then their product, which is multiplying, is 32. And they want us to find the numbers. Okay, well, we can solve for x or y. It doesn't matter which one we use. I'm just going to use this one. So this means that x is equal to 12 minus y. And I'm going to substitute this in for my x. 12 minus y times y is equal to 32. Distribute 12y minus y squared is equal to 32. I want my y squared to be positive, so I'm going to bring everything over to the right. I'm going to subtract 12y and add y squared. Put them in order. Factor. What two numbers multiply together to give me 32, but subtract to give me, or add to give me 12. They're both negatives, because only the middle term is negative. 8 and 4. 8 times 4 is 32. And add to give me 12. Set each of these equal to 0. Solve. Y is equal to 8. Y is equal to 4. What am I solving here? Numbers. Okay. So y is 8, y is 4. And then what does that mean x is? When y is 8, let's come up here and we'll use this one. X is 12 minus 8. So x is 4. And x is 12 minus 4. So x is 8. There we go. Those are the two numbers. I don't need to do it that way, but that's what it is. All right. Last one, 25. A 25-foot ladder is placed so the height on the wall is 3 foot more than triple the distance. Oh my gosh, from the base of the wall. Okay, well, we've got a wall. And we've got a ladder. And it's 25 foot. On the wall. Okay, place on the wall. So that it's height on the wall. So that we're looking for this here. This is 3 feet more than, 3 feet more than triple the distance from the base to the wall. Okay, so I need to label that X. 3 feet more than triple the distance from the base. So 3 feet more than 3x. Triple is 3. Okay. How far from the wall is the base of the ladder? How high does the ladder reach? Okay, a lot going on. How many of you skipped this? Lots of words. Don't skip it. Just think through it. Okay. Well, creates a right triangle. And I can use Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So what we're doing here. Let me go check. Hold on. I just wanted to make sure that we covered something like this in your homework, and we did. So I've already gotten so far past that I didn't remember. All right, so A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Remember, directly across from the right angle is the hypotenuse, which is always C. All right. It doesn't matter which one's A or B other than that. So A is X, we'll call it X. You could have done 3X plus 3. B is 3X plus 3. And C is 25 squared. So this becomes X squared plus, this is 3X plus 3 times 3X plus 3 is equal to 625. We have to FOIL this or distribute, however you want to look at it. So 3X times 3X plus 3 plus 3 times 3X plus 3. I'm just distributing. X squared plus 9X squared plus 9X plus 9X plus 9 is 625. 9X and okay, is 9X squared. Oh, I could add these two. Duh. 10X squared. 18X plus 9, 625. 625 minus 9 is 616. I don't know why I did that. It's minus 625. 10X squared plus 18X minus 616. All right, I'm not going to factor out a 10. I think I'm going to use the quadratic on this just to make life easier because my gosh. Negative, so A is 10, B is 18, C is negative 16, negative 18 plus or minus the square root of 18 squared is 4A, C, all that over 2 times A. $18 squared, 324. Negative and negative is a positive. 4 times 10 is 40 times 616. It's 24, 640. Move that over 20. All right. So 24, 640 plus 324. Is square root of that 158. All right, we need to break these apart. X equals negative 18 plus 158 over 20, and X equals negative 18 minus 158 over 20. Negative 18 plus 158 is 140 over 20 is 7. Negative 18 minus 158 is negative 176 over 20 is negative 8.8. What am I solving here? Distance. We're looking for legs of triangles and they can't be negative. So this is not 1. So my base, the distance from the building or the wall to the base of the ladder is 7, what is this, feet? Yep, feet. And then this leg is 3 times 7 plus 3. 3 times 7 is 21 plus 3, 2, 3, 24, 21, 22, 3, 24. Yep, 24 feet. Those are my two answers. It's not a 1, it's just 24. All right. let me know what questions you have. That one was a little tough one.